crafty friends, it's Jenny from Origami Tree, and today we'll be making some paper mermaids. Now this is a collaborative effort between myself and also my friend Maggie from Red Ted Art. You may know her, I've collaborated with her before, and she made some paper mermaid bookmarks which are super adorable. She added glitter and sequins and it's just, you know, really cute, so be sure to go check that out after you watch this one, and let's jump right in. To make the Origami Mermaid, you're going to need 3 sheets of paper. So these are 3 inches by 3 inches and they're peach and colored. I'll be using them for the head and the body. And then for the mermaid's tail, I decided to use a mint green. And you'll also be needing some crayons or markers. I personally love these ones from Stabilo. They are fine point 0.4. And you're also going to need a pair of scissors. I almost forgot to mention those. I always forget to mention one thing or another. But anyway, I'm going to work on the mermaid's tail first because I think that's the most important part. So the first thing you want to do is you want to fold it in half. You want to do that diagonally to create this triangle shape. Once you have that, you want to unfold. And now instead of folding to the center line, which we normally do in origami, you want to fold a little bit past that. I would say almost like 1/3 of the way in. And then we want to crease that in. Doesn't really have to be even. And then after that, you want to take that flap and fold it over. Just like that. And next you want to flip it around, and then you want to gauge like how much you want the tail to sort of flick out. So I'm just gonna fold this back, maybe about this much, like here. And then you want to unfold and take your pair of scissors and you want to cut straight down. So actually I'm gonna unfold everything so it's easier for you to see. And you want to cut along this line over here. So the one that's closer to the right side, not this one here. Cut right through there. And then refold everything. And so now you can flick this tail, so this one over here, back like that. And that's just going to create the mermaid's tail. And then you can use your pair of scissors to sort of trim it to size if you want, just to make the aesthetics a little prettier. There we go. So that is the mermaid's tail for now. You may want to fold this down too. So I'm going to fold that down just a little bit so that has a little curve. And then we want to set that aside and work on the body. So the body's pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is you want to fold it in half and then unfold. And then you want to take this bottom side and align it to the center point. Just fold that up, rotate, and repeat the same thing at the bottom. So you want to fold this up. There we go. Flip it around, and so now you want to gauge how big you want the body to be. So if you want the torso to be like this long, that's where you're going to be folding. So if you want it to be this long, like a really short torso, then you would fold over here. I want it to be maybe right about here. So you want to fold that back and then bring it back out like this. So here's the side view. Really what you're doing is you're doing a little zigzag fold, and that becomes a Z. So you want to flatten that, and this is going to be the top of her body. Flip it around, and then you want to lie it flat on the table so it's easier to fold. And now you want to take the top flap over here and fold it down as much as it'll allow you to go. So once you do that, a little triangle is going to pop out from the left side, and you just want to push that down with your opposite hand. So now you have that little triangle shape right there. And then you want to fold this part upwards and do the exact same thing. So you want to push downwards on the left side and flatten that triangle. Doesn't have to be exactly symmetrical because we'll be hiding it anyway. So anyway, then you gotta flatten that like this and turn it around. Next we want to work on the arms. So you're just going to take this flap over here in the back and fold it out. So fold it out like this, and now her little arm's gonna stick out. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. So just fold it over, crease that in, and now you have her arms. So now let's move on to her head, and her head is kind of similar to her body. So you're gonna fold it in half, unfold, And then align the bottom side to the center crease just as you did before. Rotate and do it to the other side. And so now I'm actually going to take this flap and fold it over the other way because we actually want the white to be on the outside. So I'm going to flip this one around as well. After that, you want to fold upwards in half. And then you want to take this right side and you want to fold it out as much as possible. So you're going to align this upper right hand corner to this tip over here. Crease that in. And then repeat the same thing on the left side. Then you want to rotate just a little bit, and then you want to fold the top right and also top left sides down to kind of like round off her head a little bit. So I'm going to round off her head. And then you want to shape the rest of her head as well. So I'm going to fold this back, and you can fold it as much or as little as you want. I tend to like to align it with this vertical crease here. So when you fold it back, this little white triangle is going to pop out, which I think is kind of cute. So crease that in, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. Fold it over, make sure they're somewhat even, and then flatten. And after that, you want to fold her chin back so that it's a little bit more rounded. So now that we have the 3 pieces completed, we're going to assemble the mermaid. And you want to take her body and slip it into her tail. So you just stick it into that little slot over here, and then flip it around. And you can either keep her body kind of straight up, or you can tilt her a little bit. I like to tilt her to the side. It kind of makes her look like she's swimming, I don't know, that way. And then you can use a glue dot or some kind of adhesive to glue everything down. Have a little glue dot there to keep it in place. So now it looks like that, and we can do a little bit of more shaping later on, but for now I'm gonna leave her like that. She's a little boxy up here. So I'm gonna take her head and then put a little bit of a glue dot right there. You can use tape as well. I'm gonna tilt her head maybe right over here, right there, to the side. She's looking a little bit not proportioned right now, but that's because we're not quite done. So after her head is stuck on, you want to round off her shoulders so she's not so boxy, and to do that you just fold her shoulder back like that, and you can kind of wing out her arm a little bit too. Do the same thing on the right side. So since she's tilting a little bit this way, I want to fold this slightly lower to give the illusion that she's leaning over to one side. So now that is the mermaid, and you can move it a little bit further and round off the tail too so that it's more of a secure fit. So I'm going to fold that back and fold this back. And so now her tail is all snuggly. Next, you just want to decorate your mermaid in any way that you please. And that is how you make an origami mermaid. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that paper mermaid tutorial. Be sure to leave your comments below letting me know what you'd like to see next, and I'll try to get to as many as possible. Also hit that subscribe button and a notification bell right next to it to be alerted when new videos come out. I post new crafty fun videos all year round, wouldn't want you to miss them. Be sure to check out the mermaid bookmark that my friend Maggie at Red's Head Art made. I will have the link in the video description if you want to go check it out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!